that people have to have hunger strikes and go on a hunger strike to get a school in their neighborhood for their children. The mayor, Alderman Burns, Mayor Emanuel, Governor Rauner, all have it in their ability to come here today and say this strike ends today. You need to eat, you need to be healthy, because we're going to give a school to your children. They have that power. They have that power. And they need to do that. The moral situation here compels them. Not just what is right and what we all know is right, but what compels them is the moral justice of this action and of education for our children. Our governor said that Katrina was a good thing 10 years ago in New Orleans because it wiped out a public school system. We are $4 billion short in this state for where we should be to fund our schools well. That is shameful. What you have done here is broadened this. It is bigger than just Dyett High School. You will win. I want to end with a few words from Gwendolyn Brooks, the poet laureate of Illinois, and the bard of Bronzeville, who lived on Champlain just a few blocks from here. She said, say to them, say to the downkeepers, the sun slappers, the self-soilers, the harmony hushers, even if you are not ready for day, it cannot always be night. You will be right, for that is the hard home run.
Before we bring up Randy Weingarten, President of the American Federation of Teachers, I want to acknowledge a hero amongst us. I wanted to take a second to acknowledge the huge sacrifice that this woman right here is bringing. This woman, Ms. Irene Robinson, grandparent of 14 grandchildren, was hospitalized Monday afternoon because of what she's doing right here, because of what our elected officials won't do in their bastions of power. She's here defending this school for her grandchildren. In her hospital bed, she refused to eat. Doctors have asked her to come off the strike to preserve her health. Where is she right now? She's right here. Still on this hunger strike. Not because she's crazy, not because she's insane, not because she doesn't have anything else to do, better to do with her life, but because she's here because she recognizes that this school represents an opportunity for her children, her grandchildren, to have a better life than she's had. That's what this school means to us. This is not just a building full of bricks and mortar, full of failed teachers and failed education policy. This is a place where we can thrive. We have a plan that's been developed by this community to help this community grow and develop. But we have people in places of power who don't want that. They want to see the demise of this neighborhood. They want to see the money in this neighborhood go into the pockets of individuals who only care about profit and not the people. So again, I want to acknowledge what this woman, Ms. Irene Robinson, has done. So please, give her your acknowledgement. Please give her a I also want to acknowledge some of the organizations who joined us. We have Reverend Jeanette Wilson from Rainbow Push. Rainbow Push has allowed us to rest there in the evening when we leave here from Dyett. Also want to acknowledge the Alliance to Reclaim Our Schools for helping out organize this event today and to galvanize the cities from around the country, as well as the Journey for Justice Alliance. We want to acknowledge United Congress, community religious organizations, Grassroots Collaborative, SEIU, Service Employees International Union, HCII, Brighton Park Neighborhood Council, the Hope Center, Southwest Organizing Project, STOP, Pilsen Alliance, Northside Action for Justice, Teachers for Social Justice, and if I forgot you, I'm sorry, it was not intentional. I said Brighton Park Neighborhood Council. I want to, right now, bring up again the President of the American Federation of Teachers, Randy Weingarten.
give a union speech. One could give an education speech. But I'm actually going to go back, as Dan did, as the Reverend was talking about, and talk about scriptures and talk about morality. I'm not the clergy person in my family. That's my partner, who's a rabbi. And last week, our scripture said, Tzedek, Tzedek, dear dog, which means justice, justice you shall pursue. These hunger strikers are pursuing justice, not for themselves, but for our children. And they're not simply saying to the mayor or to the school board, do something. They have a plan that they have worked on. It is a fantastic plan. It is a plan that is based, as Mrs. Jones said, on instruction, on social and emotional learning. It is a plan that understands our children. And is it a plan in this school, in this community, that this community wants to keep and hold in its hearts? Knowing all that, the question is, why hasn't it happened yet? Why hasn't the community gotten this school yet? What is going on in this city that is stopping that? And why would anyone in 2015 in the city of Chicago be on a hunger strike to actually get our children the education they deserve? So, civic, dear God, justice, justice you shall pursue. And that is why we are all here. And yes, it is a really good reason why over 90% of those who voted in Chicago in the primary said we need a change in governance. And I want to actually ask and plead with the mayor right now. This is what democracy looks like. This is what you want communities to do, to want to make sure that their kids go to great schools, schools where parents want to send their kids, where educators want to teach, where students are engaged. This is a community that's saying we want to take responsibility. Parents, teachers, unions, elected officials. Let us have it. Be the elected representative that you were just elected to do, that you said on TV in commercial after commercial that you wanted to do. Be that representative. Let us pursue justice for our children. That is why we are here. You have that authority. Use it. Thank you.
At this time, is there any questions? We entertain them now.
Are there questions?
Any questions?
Please. So you have not heard anything. You have not heard anything yet from any of the
No.
officials, the mayor, the school board, anything at all.
No, all we hear is what they release in their press statement saying that they're looking closely at this matter. They're listening to the community, and obviously they can't be listening that closely. You have people starving themselves to get a school. How can they be listening?
Why? They said that they were going to make a decision in September.
Originally, they said they were going to make a decision in August.
Today.
Today, at the board meeting, they said originally there was going to be a hearing on August 10th. August 10th passed, and we did not have. August 10th passed, and we did not have a hearing. The only reason that they announced that there was going to be a rescheduling of that hearing because we did what we do, and we brought out the television cameras to say that a travesty was being made. As G2 Brown said earlier, This plan has been presented to CPS time and time again for years now. In 4 months, I find it hard to believe that nobody's reviewed these proposals, that they've scored these proposals. What's the holdup? Why is it that they're allowing, for 2 weeks now, these 12 people to starve themselves if they have had the plan?
Yeah, and we've given, as Jawanda said, we gave CPS a plan in 2009. We revised it, and we gave them an official plan in April of this year, when parents in Hyde Park wanted Canton Middle School to relieve the overcrowding at Kenwood Academy. There was no RFP. There was no months of meetings. In 3 months, Kenwood Academy had the keys to Canton. When parents in Rogers Park said they did not want Noble Street and intrinsic charter schools, there was no battery of community meetings. There was no exhaustive process. In 2 weeks, those proposals were off the table. What we're saying is that the voices of African American parents don't matter in this city. What school district with any type of sanity would ignore a community activated to improve its schools? When somebody comes to you and you go to a town hall meeting and there are 300 parents, knowledgeable, knowing what they want for their children, why would you say no? Why would you ignore them? We are tired of our children being demonized and people not looking at what the core issue is. The core issue is that they don't want us in this community. So every quality of life institution that other people take for granted, like the trauma center that used to be across the street at one of the most historical hospitals in this city, or the police station that used to be on 29th in Indiana, or the grocery stores in this neighborhood, or the schools of distinction that have been closed in this community. We are being disinvested in. We don't care about a meeting with the mayor. We don't want to meet with you. We want the school. We are tired of people with no skin in the game coming in this neighborhood, telling us how bad our schools are, and then getting promoted for destroying our schools. We're tired. I'm not perfect, but I got 25 years of consistent history of working with children in this neighborhood. I've officiated funerals.